Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are back here today to have a little talk, and we are going to have a little talk about the spirit world and light workers and being the energies that are going on for you guys now. I have been very quiet in bringing these videos out, but I know how much the light workers, the healers, the psychics, they're struggling. They're really struggling. Their energy is done, and Spirit wants you to know they are working behind the scenes for you. There are things you cannot see yet. There's many people. Everyone's getting this accumulation of karma to end out spiritual contracts and cycles as they hit their birthday, right through the year. As everyone hits their birthday, there is an acceleration of karma, of lessons, which karma is lessons, growth. Spiritual contracts need to be dealt with. That's why people are confused, lost, messy, dealing with karmics. That's why a lot of readings are karmics, because we are signing up to some major contracts, major ascensions, south and north node, and any evolution, any growth, any transformation that we do, you have to go through an if you're healing fast, if you're growing fast, if you're ascending fast, you have to go through an accelerated process of your spiritual contracts, lessons, learning them, mastering them. You don't get out of them. You can't cancel them. You're actually got to go through them. Think about that. And the people around you. Okay, so we've got all that energy, but let's get back. Spirit wants my light workers to know and hear that Spirit sees all. It is working behind the scenes. They know you're exhausted. They know you are done. You are done with people, relationships. This is closing out your old South Node spiritual contract. You have come here to hold and support and help and grow and lead other people. It is hard. It is exhausting. But know this, that's about to change. Temperance is coming in. It's coming into every reading. Spirit is moving you forward. See this star card energy. Things are manifesting. Things in the higher up, the higher realm. And my star people, let's call them my light people, my healers, psychics, people with gifts, talents. And I'm talking about people with pure energy that seem to have endless in every relationship and connection, no matter what those relationships are. You are seen as an opportunity. It's your light. It's your energy. It makes them feel better. It makes them feel nurtured. They feel pure. They feel purified, happier, lighter, more loved, more nurtured, whatever it is. They're around, when you're around a true light being or worker, they elevate, they're light. You think of what light does. That's why they trigger a lot of people. That's why they illuminate a lot around them, and people feel uplifted, good, clear, even if it's just knowledge and words. They feel good and clear around these people because these light energies, beings and workers are of pure energy. They purify their energy. They purify others' energy, and they are there to purify energy. It doesn't make them any higher or more pure or better than anybody else, but their light purifies the energy. So when people are drawn to, let's call it purified energy, clearer energy, light energy, healing energy, psychic energy, you don't get this is what they're over, you don't get the most basic needs required in an interaction in relationships. You are seen as an opportunity most of the time. This is why you need to protect yourself, as an opportunity to have their needs fulfilled, whether that's feeling better, a healing, knowledge, wisdom, gifts, talents, just your energy, just your lightness, just your purity, just your caring nature, just your kindness. And these light people do not think, they have purified intentions with people. If they help you with purified kindness. That's why your kindness is seen as weakness, naivety, because you don't think like these other energies. And you need to know this about yourself to protect yourself. Your energy gives them confidence, uplifts them. It feels abundant. It feels alive. It feels light. It's healing. It's spiritual. It's a pure intention. It's a nurture. It's a kindness. It's a warmth. That's what you bring to these people. This is how you make them feel. This is why they feel you are leverage for them. You are a step up. They feel better. So most people see you as an opportunity to have their needs fulfilled. And you attract a lot of these people. That's why you hear them say light workers or empaths attract narcissists, all of this. Because light people don't think the way other people think. So here's whether you're the light worker or not, or a cross watcher or whatever, and not in that. Here's how you tell. Here's how you tell. If you look at someone, as in you can get leverage from them, a leg up from them, take from them, take advantage of them, get into their energy to boost yourself in whatever way, money, love, energy, healing, time, it doesn't matter. Business, status, you are not of the light. That is not of the light. That is not how a light person works. A light person sees you as an amazing potential, that you have so many amazing potentials, and they want to build and feed and grow and nurture and love and take care. Not fulfill their own needs. Has nothing to do with fulfilling their own needs. All they want to do is give. And this is where it starts to get messy and taken advantage of, an unfair give and take. So if you're the light worker or the other side, whichever, it's messages for everybody, be aware of when people come into your energy, why? Why do they want to collaborate with you? Why do they want to connect with you? Because there's two things people do. They want to come in to give to you, or they want to come in and take from you. And they don't have to give something tangible. It could be their loyalty, their protection, their seeing value in you. It could be, what can I bring in that you need, or, it doesn't have to be a physical thing. What do they bring into you? How do they value you? Because most light workers, I'll just call you all light workers, people want to come in and take. You're an opportunity. You're a light to build them, to put light and sunlight, like, what do you call that? Shine, expose them. It's energy, it's all energy. So you as a light worker have a duty to protect that and be mindful who is coming in and why, and you will not have such a hard struggle and life. And you need to be more protective of your energy, basically. And that's why you feel done and tired and drained and want out of your gifts and your talents and your journey, because you're so over just not the basic needs being met in love, in being nurtured, in friendship, in loyalty, you know, and you become quite hermit. You don't let many people into your life, and you have to live quite an isolated life to feel some form of peace or protection. So I don't want you in that wounded energy, because when you are in that, you're taking on their karma. You're carrying their pain, the wound. So you're carrying the actions of what they did to you, and you're saying, oh, let me hold them for you. And while you hold them, they do not get that balance of laws of cause and effect, the karma back. So do not carry it for them. Do not own it from them. If you had pure intentions in your relationships, in love, in giving, in wanting to build with someone, and they didn't with you, that is on them. Do not carry that pain and hurt for them. I know it happened to you, but that's theirs. Return to sender. What's happening is you carry it for them, they go off. It's what forgiveness and setting it free is all about. Stop carrying it, because it's the healer, is the sponge. They will carry everyone's pain, everybody's suffering, everybody's this, everybody's that. And that's why people want to, particularly when you're a clairvoyant or a medium, you know, everybody wants to have a cup of tea. Everyone wants to chat. Everyone wants to hang out. Everybody knocks on. It's an energy about you. And they need that support, and you have that gift and talent, but you have to protect it. It's a constant take. They see you as being able to help them and support them, and that's fine, but it's not your responsibility to carry them. You know, they're going through something in a way, just to help you with boundaries, and when you do give and vice versa and exchanging, you know, they may be going through that for a reason. And here's the next thing. For you guys, when you're doing energy work or cross watchers or people doing attacks and psychic attacks, anybody, and here's for my light workers, spirit, this is from spirit, the universe, the higher up. Anybody sending you negative energy, and people can, curses, hexes, spells, all of that sort of stuff. People do rituals, whatever. Number one, light workers do not do that to other people. So if you're doing that to anyone, you are not of the light, you are not in the light, and any light worker doing that to anybody else against their free will has broken the most basic spiritual law you can break of the light. Secondly, anyone high ranking in the spirit world knows you cannot do energy work on a high ranking light worker or a light worker. You can, right? But it will get returned to sender. So all these people that go and pay people to do spells and rituals against people to harm them, all they're doing is taking their money. They know to a point that that will come back to them, and they know it will come back to higher ranking. What if you're a higher ranking light worker? That's why sometimes they say, no, I will not work on that person. I cannot do that to that person, because they know it'll come to them. And even if that person's paid, the karma still gets involved. So be very mindful of that. And, you know, once you're breaking someone's free will or sending something to them to harm them, particularly a light person who is divinely protected because they were bestowed that protection. You cannot get your spiritual ranking or protection through yourself, through a teacher, through a group, through an association, that protection, divine protection, is bestowed by the divine. You can go to a class and a teacher and learn. You can learn, you can grow, you can, gather information, you can work on yourself. But any teacher that makes you think that they bestow you with this, they can teach you their learnings and their information. They cannot bestow you ranking, and they cannot bestow you protection. That comes from the higher guides, the archangels, and the higher ranking guides. And that is learnt through mastery, wisdom, and integrity, loyalty, and a whole heap of life learning experiences. And then still, you don't get to say how you're protected. But I can tell you, when people do energy work, you want to be very careful and you want to be very mindful. Because if you send energy to someone of the light who's on a light mission, who didn't choose to do that, you are up against the universe, not that person. The karma's real. These people are walking karma. Be very mindful of that. The other thing is, you cannot repeat. A lot of light workers will be protected. So when you hear people say, oh, karmics are getting readings on you, or this X, or these people trying to harm you, or getting information on you, Spirit will give them false information about you. Spirit will not let them be able to read you. And Spirit will close it down, shut it down, and give them false information or no information about you, because that's spiritual protection. So if you are going, or people, because a lot of light workers experience this, people, going and getting readings on you to harm you, or, exes and karmics and all this type of thing, basically they're wasting their money, because they will be getting information on a light worker, especially a high-ranking light worker or healer or gifted, or someone who is bestowed and fated in their journey. And you think that a reader is going to be allowed to just look into their information? I can tell you now, I have only ever had 2 readers be able to read my energy, and even then they only picked up one thing that came true in that reading. I cannot get, anybody cannot read, they can't get into the energy. And I have tried to open my energy, and finally Spirit explained to me it's protection. Not just from the readers, not from the person, not for me. It's protection from entities being able to see into that, into Akashic records, mission, like it just lots of things, your healing abilities, your gifts, your talents, because we have other spiritual realms that do try to come in and will take. So a lot of people think they're getting information on a high spiritual ranking light worker, and they're not. They're not. Sometimes Spirit won't even show me my own, because they will make me protect my energy, or it has to go into very hidden energy to bring that out. So Spirit said, laughing, they said, actually, we would lead them astray. So if anyone's trying to get information on you against your free will, and you are protected by the divine, you are a light worker, you have a mission, a fated mission on earth that is been bestowed and ranked by the higher divine, and someone tries to get information on you, oh look, I cannot make it up, look at that, information, and be sneaky and get away with it, deceit, deception, think they can get away with it, think they can get things on you to harm you, to interfere, to snoop, they will be dealt with. They will have their heads cut off. So no, you can't break a spiritual law. Then that swords, King and Queen of Swords represent law, rules, boundaries. Don't cross. So there's a lot more into this than people realize, and you need to learn it. As a light worker, you need to learn and understand this. Know those rules, levels, protection. You have Spirit said cancel that. The awakening, the awakenedness of what we have shared. Once you're awake, you're onto it. You see it. You're more protective. I say to all of it, good luck getting some information on me. Let me know if you can, because not even I can. But when I do, it's given to me by the divine. Out of nowhere, secretly, bang, comes out of nowhere. One day you knew it, the next day you didn't. And it's protection. See, it's hidden. It's protection. It's sacred. It's secret. It's only for you. That's why we've invented free will. Spirit said, you are not allowed. It's actually illegal to bend someone's free will in the 3D world, and it's actually spiritually illegal. You go to spiritual jail to bend someone's free will or attempt to, or to break and enter into their energy field for your own gain, advantage, opportunity, to harm them, to take, to steal. So, maybe sit with what is actually of the light when we talk about pure intentions, because someone of the light does none of that without permission, a proper healing, and it's only of the permission and what you work through with that person in the session, and actually working with their permission, with all the guides. That's why even with readings that I do on here are only guided by the divine. I don't just pump information out. That's right. I'm called to do it. Only when I'm called. Don't ever push the energy realms, and don't think you're bigger than them. And there's a lot of even teachers and leaders out there who think their ego's in it, and they're putting rules and their own rules, Spirit said, on things. Control, power, authoritative, and that, lower vibrational, they're false. It's not of the light. If you have to threaten someone, harm someone, attack someone, block someone, intentionally manipulate, you're not of the light. So when you talk about wanting to get into light energy and be of the light, are you? Or are you in it for self-gain? Because most true high-ranking light workers, beings, gifts, talents are not used for self-gain. Even in business, I can tell you, booking schedules, people in, it's all orchestrated by the divine, because you try and organize it. You try when you work in spiritual energy, you try and have a set thing, and it doesn't work like that. And I can share something with some elders who would visit me, and I'll just ask, yes, they said, yes, I can share. A little bit. So I would, many years ago, I had some elders come to me one day, and had a reading. This is a great example. And there was 3 of them, and they sort of didn't say anything, and I just didn't know why they were there. The 3 of them sat there, and I did this reading, and I actually did some psychic investigation work for them, and occasionally, like, a year would pass, or 6 months or 8 months or a year would pass, and I would not hear from them, and they would just turn up or be out the front of my house, and I kind of go out and go, oh my God, hi, and what are you doing here? Because I've got work today and I'm working. And they would say to me, your clients aren't coming today. And I'd go, yes, no, they're booked in. And sure enough, none of them would show up because they were told to come, and we had to go and do something quite ceremonial or sacred, or we were called to be somewhere or do something, when I say ceremonial or sacred, like could be a land clearing, or when I did some psychic investigation work, there were certain times and days that we had to go and do that and get that information for them. Not sitting there doing ceremonies. And sometimes on certain times, you might have to go to a certain feminine sort of tree or something like that. Just for energies and healings and things of whatever the issue was. So I learned then, and that happened many times. A year later, they would just randomly rock up, and by this time I got it, and I would wait for my client to show, or my clients, I would ring them, no answer, wouldn't show, wouldn't see them, wouldn't hear that, they just cleared the day. So I totally understand, and this has been through my 20, 30 years of running a business in this energy, in this work, in this field. Wow, I've really seen that, whether it's business, scheduling, energies, people you work on, there is a natural flow and order. And you are so not in control of that. And if you try to run that in the 3D, you're going to have a lot of spiritual issues as you ascend and go through your ascension, or your growing, or your wisdom, or your learning. Because I can tell you, even I can't get into this, but even technical people, and when you're doing websites and things, and this is a true thing, I explain to them that the energies can get very messy, and they're like, yeah, whatever. And then several of them now go, oh yes, okay, your energies and energy, there's something going on here that we're not, is not normal. So energy is affected. I've done workshops, and intense, amazing workshops, high energy, and I've turned, the next day trying to turn things, and things just blow up, short out, because the energy and things need recircuiting and returning on. So you can't tell me that over years and years of experience in this, and I could write a book on it, that energy is real. And there is so much more going on behind the scenes than we can even fathom on this 3D world. And we need to start really respecting that. And my light workers, you really need to respect your energy and your light, and know what you do to people and give to people. This beautiful energy that you have, yes, you have to protect it, and everybody coming into your energy has to protect it, because that, particularly if you're fated, if it's a spiritual law and mission and protection from the divine, okay? And that's not in ego. That's just because the energy gets imbalanced, and then things, and people need to be aware of this, but you need to be aware of this, and maybe put in boundaries earlier or quicker, when you see that imbalance happening. Okay, and be very discerning. Ask spirit, ask your spirit team, you know, do I help this person? Yes or no. You will feel the energies ebb and flow if yes and no. So, you know, start to really work on that, because especially while we're going through these ascension processes and upgrades as well, because, you know, it's tough energy at the moment, especially for the light people, because you're being, you know, upgraded even more and probably more sensitive to things. I think I've covered it, but hopefully that's helped or answered some questions and helped some people that have been ringing and messaging and wanting to talk about this stuff. So anyway, I hope I've helped. Take care. Bye.